Hello everyone, welcome back again to Selenium WebDriver version 4 with Java session 13. In today's session, you will learn what is desired capability and how we can use those important functionality while dealing with Selenium WebDriver version 4 with Java. So desired capability in a class in Selenium used to set properties of browsers to perform cross-browser testing of web applications. It stores the capabilities as key value pair, and these capabilities are used to set browser properties like browser name, browser version, etc. to determine the behavior of browser during runtime. Desired capability can also be used to configure the driver instance of Selenium WebDriver. User can configure driver instance for Chrome driver, Firefox driver, Edge driver, Safari driver, etc. by using their respective desired capabilities. While the desired capability class itself is largely superseded by browser specific option classes in Selenium 4, and later the concept of defining desired capabilities still remain fundamental. So you already seen that whenever we want to create an object or instance for any browser, like we'll be using like say WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver, or new Firefox driver, or new G code, sorry, new Safari driver, etc. Right? So after that, with the help of the driver object reference, we are trying to navigate to the page and other stuff we are proceeding. But here, instead of that, we will try to use some Chrome option or Firefox option specific to the driver, right? And with this option, we will try to configure the browsers as well as driver specific settings, and then we will try to using that options will create the object or instance from for the WebDriver interface using the respective driver, and after that we will proceed the remaining execution. So that is the way, right? We can try to control the browser and driver configuration setting both. So what are the important browser configuration you can do with the help of desired capabilities? You can change the browser name, like you can use Chrome, Firefox, Edge, etc. Sometimes suppose a current browser version you are using say 130, you already install it. But if you require to test any application with say browser 128 version, so what you need to do, you need to again install that previous versions. But here, in case you are changing the browser version name, you no need to install the like backdated or older version, but still execution can be done in with the version 128 as well. So that is the one of the major advantage, that if you require to test different browser version, you can also test it with the help of the desired capabilities. You can set the platform name, right? Windows, Mac, or Linux. You can accept the insecure certification, which is a boolean value to accept or reject SSL certification that are not trusted. This is useful for bypassing security warning during testing. Then page load strategy, it will determine how the WebDriver waits for the page load. It can be normal, eager, or none. We'll discuss this part later. Unhandled prompt behavior, it will define how the WebDriver handles unexpected JavaScript prompt of alert. It can be dismissed, accepted, dismissed and notified, accept and notified, and ignored. Headless, right? In case you want to do the execution without opening the GUI or without opening the browser, instead of that, I want the execution, I want it more faster. So in case you are doing the execution on nightly basis or on the whenever you are not there, right, unattended, definitely there is no point of opening the browser. Simply you can do it headless mode so that your less resources will be utilized and you can get the right more faster execution. So you can make it headless as well, or headful, whatever way you require. And driver specific setting, it will depend. In case you want to deal with the Chrome driver, you can use ChromeOptions class. In case you are using the Firefox driver, you can use Firefox option. In case you are using Edge driver, you can use Edge option, like that. And the driver specific setting, you can use disable info bars, which will prevent the Chrome is being controlled by the software info bar. It will just prevent it. It will stop that. That will not be displayed. Start maximize, you can open the browser in maximize mode. Incognito, right? Sometime Sometimes some of the user is required to open a browser where they do not want to save any kind of history, right, cookies or site data. So what you can do is they can open a browser in incognito mode and they can do the do the execution. Once the execution is done, browser will be closed and no history will be stored there. So incognito mode means open the browser in incognito mode, meaning browser history, cookies, and site data will not be saved locally upon closing the browser. Disable pop-up blocking. Disable pop-up blocking means any pop-up window that would normally be blocked by Chrome's default setting should now be allowed to appear during Selenium browser execution. So this is the important stuff from the desired capabilities in Selenium version 4 we will try to implement in today's session. So let's go to Eclipse and we can create a new Java class instead of testng class. In the last couple of sessions, you already seen how we can use the testng class, right? And we'll create a simple Java class. We can give that class name called desired capabilities, and I can select that public static void main, which is the main method for the Java. And you already seen last generally like we need to create a object or instance called WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver, especially in case you want to deal with the Chrome browser. Okay, we need to import that. Sorry, we need to use Chrome driver. Okay, WebDriver driver equal to new Chrome driver. We can import that. Okay, from the latest versions 4.3.5.0. Okay, imported successful. After that, generically what we need to do, we need to do driver dot manage dot window, right, dot maximize. So this is the code we used to write. After that, if I want to get any page, we used to do driver dot get, and I can go to any page. Suppose I want to just go to the page called Google. So simply I can go there, and once page opens successfully, I can try to print out the title of the page. Say driver dot get title or driver dot get current URL. Okay, I can simply run it. That is possible without any desired capability implemented. So it will definitely right, open the browsers, maximize it, load that Google page, and it will print me that one, right, output in the console. Right, Google is the title and this is the current URL. But whenever you want to use the desired capability, what you need to do, especially in case we want to use that Chrome driver, right, or Chrome browser. So first thing is that we need to set the Chrome option. So set of Chrome option. How I can do? We need to use that Chrome option class. We can create an object called options or instance equal to new Chrome options. Okay, so we need to import that Chrome options from the org.opencreate.selenium.chrome. Now say first thing we'll do, we want to do the execution in the headless mode. So this part is not required, maximize part. We can do some comment out. We can want to do the execution in the headless mode. So what we can do? So first thing we'll implement it called, we'll do that headless mode. A boolean to run browser in headless mode without a visible UI. What we can do, we can take that options object whatever created with the help of the options Chrome options class dot add argument. Okay, here you can pass the string or you can also share pass as a key value pair combination. So we will be using that one. What we need to do in case you want to do the headless mode, double quote, and here you need to give hyphen hyphen headless equal to new, that is the command for headless mode execution. You need to do it. Say after that I just simply want to execute it using the Chrome option in headless mode. So the remaining step will still same, and here whenever you are creating the object or instance, you need to give that options in the WebDriver object reference. That's the only thing you need to do. Maximize part is not required because anyway we are doing it headless mode. Apart from that, we can maximize it if required. What is the way we can maximize it if required? We can use options dot add argument again, same way, and here you need to give within the double quote hyphen hyphen start hyphen maximized, MIJDD. Anyway, this part you will not able to see because we are doing the execution in headless mode. Okay, so let's try to run the code and let's see. So it will not open the browser, but it will still do the execution. You will able to get the output, right? Because it will be running in the headless mode, means without opening the browser it is doing. So run or execution with headless mode, right? And here maximize the driver, maximize the browser. Okay, now we are doing it in headless mode and your UI is not getting open but execution is happening. Now in case you want to do in the headful mode, what you can do, simple thing, same thing you can use, and instead of headless you can make it headful. Headless new, it will be headful. Okay, execution with headful mode. So you would able to see the execution, right? It will be definitely opened and it will maximize and then you are able to see the output. Okay, if required you can close the driver as well or quit it so that you no need to manually every time need to close it. Okay, let's format that code. Run it. Now it will be headful mode. You are able to see the, like you could see maximize also happening and it is getting close and you are able to get that desired output for the title on the current URL. Okay, so we already learned these two part. One is how to maximize specific to the driver and how to use the headful mode. Now say in case we want to open a browser in incognito mode, right? New browser I want to open it, how I can do it? Okay, so what is my browser versions? So you could see this is my browser version. Okay, say before incognito mode you could see this is my browser version. Okay, Chrome browsers version is 139. So definitely whenever any execution happening, it will be doing in the 139 only. But say in case you want to change the browser versions during execution, or and what is the browser name you want to do, how you can do it? So you will be using browser name and browser version. Let's see what is the way you can do it. After maximizing, what we can do, we can change the platform, right? Platform, browser name and browser version. So we can take this the options object, whatever we have created, dot press set platform name. Okay, and here you can give either Windows, this part, either Windows, Mac OS or Linux. So I'll be giving Windows. Okay, I'm setting the first platform, what is my operating system. Then I can use call that set capability. Okay, set capability, and here you can give that key value pair combination, capability name and the value. So what I'll be doing, I'll be using capability type. This class I will call, press control space bar, you could see, sorry, this is the interface. Capability type is coming from the org.openqa.selenium.remote, specific to remote browsers. And then if you give type dot You could able to see the browser name. Okay, and here you can give the browser, because you'll be dealing with Chrome browser, so you can set up like Chrome. This part is done. So my platform setup done, my browser name setup done, and now we'll set the browser version in case I want to do the execution in different version. So we already used that 139, that is already installed, but I want to use like previous version, older version. So what we can do, if you press dot, then you can you'll be getting all the method, right? Browser name, browser version, like page load strategy, platform name, all this stuff you can get it. Okay, so I'll be using that browser version. So instead of 139 default, I want to go with 137, which is a lower version. So execution can be done using 137 version. And now if you want to, here after execution is done, you are not closing your browser, so that you can validate whether the version is properly 139 or not. Okay, then what you can do, you can try to print out that operating system and the browser name. So we can take that options object. If we press dot, you could able to get some method called great browser name, right? Great browser name, great browser platform name. This is the method you can use it. Dot get platform name. You can print it out as well. Now let's run and let's see whether your browser is opening as a Chrome, and it will be happening in the Windows platform, and the browser version will be coming as 137, and it will be definitely output mode, and it will be maximized as well without divert.manage.window or maximize, using this command, add argument command, start maximize. Run as run Java application. So you could see it is opening, and here you could able to see Chrome is being controlled by automated test software. This is coming, this we can also disable, and Google page open. Now if you check what is the browser version, you could see, go here, right click, Chrome, about Google Chrome. Also you could see here Chrome for testing version 137 is also being displayed. Here you could see this is the version 137, and whenever it open you could see also 137, whereas your installed browser version is 139. So if required to execute the test cases in the older version, previous version, so without installing it, also with the help of this desired capability, you can do the execution in the older version as well. Now you could see the output is coming as also these two part, browser name is Chrome, browser platform name is Windows. So that is the way you can also deal with these two important options. Now what we can do, this part already came. Okay, disable, Chrome is being controlled by automated software info bar is came. We want to disable it. What is the way you can disable? So that is the part we'll be implementing. We'll need to use disable info bar. Okay, so what we need to do, this is the thing we need to use it. This is the command we need to use it. Let's see what we can do if we want to disable the info bar. So we need to call that options object, whatever you create for the Chrome options, dot, there is a method available called set experimental option. Okay, set experimental option. What is the method objective? It will set an experimental options useful for new Chrome options not yet exposed through the API, right? You can use that one. Here you can pass that key value pair combinations. So what you can do here, you can, in the key you can use something called exclude switches. Exclude switches, end with that one, exclude, exclude switches. Okay, and here you can give the comma again, and here you can use list dot off. Okay, and here you can pass disable. Okay, so to remove the info bar you can use enable hyphen automation. Okay, this part you can use, simple thing, very simple. Okay, similarly if you want to disable the other option called disable pop-up blocking, right? This part we already used, disable infobar, then disable pop-up blocking if you want to use. So you need to call that here, disable pop-up blocking. Disable hyphen pop-up hyphen blocking. Okay, that is the part you can use it. Disable pop-up blocking. So what is the stuff we have learned so far? We can change the browser configuration. We can change the browser name if required, right? Like Chrome, Firefox, Edge. We can also change the browser version. So in case I have installed a version called X, which is the latest version, but if I require to execute my test case with the older version, X-1, X-2, X-5, X-10, right? I don't need to install it again in my system because I cannot install multiple browser version in my system for the same browser. But if you want to execute it, you can still do it. Okay, then you can do the headless mode or headful mode, then you can maximize it. Then if you want to disable the info bar which is coming as Chrome is being controlled by the automated software, you need to use that one. Option dot set experimental options, exclude switches, comma list of enable automation, means it will be just ignoring, right? It will just remove the info bar. And this one is disable pop-up blocking. It is nothing but to disable or remove the info bar, and it is nothing but to disable pop-up blocking. So by default some browser might have the configuration called pop-up blocking, but if you want to disable that pop-up blocking, you can use it. So now we'll see about that accept insecure certification. So a boolean value to accept or reject SSL certificate that are not trusted. In case something is not trusted, we can accept or reject it. This is useful for bypassing security warning during testing. So what is the way we can do it? Okay, it is very easy to implement it. So we'll be using that options object, and here we can do it. Options dot, we need to call that set accept insecure certification, right? Here you need to give the boolean value true or false. Okay, here you can make it true to accept the insecure certification. To accept insecure certificates. Okay, this is the part we can do. Next one, what we can do? Next one, the last two important thing is remaining called page load strategy and unhandled prompt behavior. So page load strategy is nothing but it will determine how the WebDriver waits for the page load, normal, eager or none. So in Selenium WebDriver with Java, page load strategy defines how Selenium determines when a web page has finished loading after a divert.get or divert.navigate to call. This strategy influences when control is returned to your user script, allowing for potentially faster test execution in certain scenario. Selenium supports 3 page load strategy option. The first one is normal. It is suitable for most scenario where user need to interact with all element on a fully loaded page. So in case you want to wait for all the element, so better to use the normal page load strategy. Eager, it will be useful. It can be beneficial for speeding up test when user only need to interact with element within the main HTML structure and do not need to wait for all external resources. So that time you can use eager strategy, page load strategy. And none, it is generally used in advanced scenario where user have very specific and precise control over waiting for element, or when dealing with highly dynamic single page application or SPA where standard page load events may not accurately reflect readiness. So in case in a particular web page there are 200 element is there, right? Web element is there, but you want to only deal with couple of element, so you don't care about the remaining one. So for this element you already given some explicit timeout that it will check that condition until they are visible or clickable, all this stuff. So this is already being handled for whatever 5 or 6 element. So you can use that none so that it will not wait for the other element any kind of time. So to implement page load strategy in Java, user need to typically set it within the option class specific to the browser they are using, like ChromeOptions, Firefox, before initializing the WebDriver. So all this stuff, whatever you are using, you need to use it before initializing the WebDriver. So what you can do here, okay, we'll be using the page load strategy. So we can call that option, and here we can try to use that page load strategy. So you can see there is a page load strategy, set page load strategy, right, method available. And here you can use page load strategy. If you do not know, just type something and press Control space bar. You could see this is coming from the word open Selenium. After, if you press dot, you could see these are the things coming: eager, normal, and none. So you can use normal. So this is nothing but to set the page load strategy. Okay. Last important thing we learn today, how to use that unhandled prompt behavior. So it will defines how the WebDriver handle unexpected JavaScript prompt or alert. Example: dismiss, accept, dismiss and notify, accept or never ignore. So in the last slide I have mentioned, right, how to what is all about this. In Selenium with Java, unhandled prompt behavior is a capability that dictates how WebDriver should react when an unexpected user prompt like an alert, confirmation dialog or prompt dialog appears during test execution. This capability is particularly useful for preventing tests from being interrupted by this prompt, which can otherwise lead to unhandled alert exception or similar issue. Common unhandled prompt behavior issues values are accept, which will accept any unhandled prompt; dismiss, which will automatically dismisses any unhandled prompt; ignores, it will ignores unhandled prompt, allowing the test to continue without any interaction. This is often used when the prompt does not directly affect the test flow. Accept and notify, it will accept the prompt and then throw an unhandled alert exception in case alert or this kind of dialog box or prompt are coming only. Dismiss and notify, it will dismisses the prompt and then throw an unhandled alert exceptions. Choosing the appropriate unhandled prompt behavior depends on specific testing scenario and how the application handles unexpected prompt. So what is the last thing we can implement it? Again, we can use something called option dot set capability. Here we can give that key value pair combination. So it will be unhandled prompt behavior. Behavior what, and here you need to give the value whether it's accept, dismiss, right, all this stuff. So I want to say dismiss, then I can give it and end with colon. So that is the way. Most of the stuff we have already tried to implement it, whatever we can do using desired capability. Now let's try to run the execute the script. You could see, right, it is still executing and you are getting the value. So infobar is not getting exclude switches and list here of enable hyphen automation. That is perfectly fine. Okay, the last thing we can do, what we can do is called we can try to execute in some incognito mode. Okay, this is the last step we need to do, incognito mode. In case I want to execute it in the incognito mode, this is a specific diver related setting. It will open the browser in incognito mode, meaning browser history, cookie and site data will not be saved locally upon closing the driver. So what we can do here, whatever way we have already used that argument, so we can just use those argument, open browser in incognito mode. So what you need to do here, hyphen hyphen incognito. Execute the script, you could see the browser will be opening in incognito mode. Okay, you could see the incognito mode browser being open and browser version is 137 and execution is happening. Because it is 137, it is giving you the option download Chrome because it is the lower version. And you could see title is being printed, current URL is coming, right? Also that what is the browser and the operating system also be able to display, right? Read it. So that is the way you can deal with the desired capabilities. So you can change the browser name, you can deal with browser version if you require to test with the lower versions, whatever non-installed system. You can change the platform name to Windows, Mac or Linux. You can accept insecure certification, right? You can use the page load strategy to normal, eager or none. You can handle prompt behavior using like dismiss, accept and notify, accept, dismiss and notify or ignore. You can do the execution in headless mode so that you will not able to see that UI, or without opening the UI you can do the execution. And driver specific setting specific to the Chrome browser, you can disable the info bars. You can maximize the browser. You can open the browser in incognito mode. You can disable the pop-up blocking as well. So this is the all important functionality whatever you can deal with the help of the desired capabilities primarily in Selenium version 4. So that's all from today's session, guys. Thank you.